Welcome to Mars. It's Quadcopter 101, and yes, no, we're not on Mars. This is the Pinnacles near Trona, California. And what are we doing here today? Well, we're going to do another flight of my UPAir 1. Why am I flying my UPAir 1? Well, I really think this is one of the best bang for your buck currently on the market for GPS quadcopters. It has the most features, folks. Let me make sure that that's going to stop there. Okay, I was wiggling it a bit. But yeah, there is no other quadcopter in this price range, I feel, that has as many features as the UPAir 1. Okay, we have 16 satellites. We are ready to go. I am in position hold. One thing about this quadcopter, you better double check that you're in position hold, because it's so easy to accidentally go into IOC mode or altitude hold mode, and you will get confused if you do such. So, okay, I'm going to hit record on the camera, and we are recording. And let me make sure that we are also recording the FPV video, and we are. Let's go to the air. Starting the quadcopter's motors, bringing them to idle, sending it into the air, right about there, double checking its stability for a bit, and I am going to do a slow rotate. And the reason I'm doing a slow rotate is I like to make sure, a couple of slow rotates, to give it a chance to calibrate its compass. And that's how this particular quadcopter calibrates its compass from doing turns. Let me check the view that we got. Let me lower the camera a bit too. And let's go for a ride with the UPAir 1. I got 11.6 volts, so we got enough voltage to go around here. Going up a little bit higher too. And how far are we at? 55 meters up, 70 meters out. Anybody over there today? Now, Trona Pinnacles is a neat place, folks. You can see that it looks neat. I'm going to look at okay, I'm checking my FPV view here. It's getting a little bit scratchy. Let me aim my camera toward it, or coming back toward us. Are we flying toward us? Should be. And flying over the area here. Pushing forward. And here we are down here. So, again, this is a pretty interesting quadcopter, the UPAir 1, with all the features that it's got. And let me put it right there and see if it's holding its position. I want to double check its altitude or its GPS position hold. And pointing it toward me, I need to turn, turn to the right. Get that arrow, point it toward me, and pointing forward, and setting it forward. Now let's go right over this area over here. Going straight overhead. Interesting spot, huh? Now, you know, these tufa formations here were formed over thousands or maybe even millions of years, folks. Going downwind now. I want to stop right there. Right about there. Let's see if it holds its position. It is holding its position. I got 11.36 volts. The wind is hitting it and makes it zip around a bit. You know, that's one thing about this particular quadcopter. Its altitude hold is not very good. And also, don't go too fast with this thing, especially in GPS position hold, because the quadcopter can get in front of its position, or too far in front of its it can get confused where it's at if you go too fast. And that's kind of true for a lot of GPS quadcopters. You got to be careful how fast you go. You don't really want to go too fast. Let me look at that area over there. We'll pop it right there and look around. Let me lower the camera a bit too. We don't need to see too much sky, but I'm going to rotate around here, showing you the 2-4 formations. And, okay, it's pointing back toward me. I want to go over this way, slowly. We're going to come down a little lower too. We're just a little bit too high. 125 meters at. And coming down a bit. Let's go over this way. Went a little too fast, slowing it down. And also reducing throttle. These bugs keep bothering me here today. I just got bit a while ago by some kind of bee. I think it was a bee. It stung me. Pointing forward and coming back. We are flying back twice. So, yeah, I was out here just flying. Tried to fly a couple of quadcopters out here today, and those quadcopters included the C-Max 5UW, which wasn't too successful, so don't hold your breath on that video. And also, I was flying a really neat quadcopter, the Zendrone Blazer 250. That was an interesting quadcopter, I gotta admit that. Yeah, I'm gonna come down a little lower here. I want to do a low pass over the tufas, or through the tufas. Dropping the altitude and going forward. Okay. Dropping the altitude further and slowly turning to the right. Okay, that should be a good altitude there. And again, don't push real hard forward on the stick on this particular quadcopter. It doesn't like it. Okay, just keep that in mind, folks. Just gentle forward push and gentle stick movement also for yaw. Same with yaw. Yeah, I want to make sure I don't hit that. Going up a little higher. I don't want to hit that particular tufa formation. And coming back to us. It's about time we start thinking about landing because we're at 10.98 volts. Slowly turning. I should be coming back a little bit more. And reducing throttle. And pushing forward. Coming back home. So that's, again, a flight around Pinnacles using my UPAir 1. I think this is going still for just a little over $300. And again, I challenge you to find another quadcopter with all the features that this got in that price range. It's just not out there. But again, it does have some limitations. You don't want to push this too hard. You don't want to fly too fast. Nice, slow flight. Gentle turns. You can go to altitude hold to pick it up if you want to. But when you're in GPS mode, you don't want to do that. You want to keep it nice and easy. And this whole flight has been in GPS mode. And welcome back. How do you like today's tie-dye? And bringing it in. With the Pinnacles in the background. Okay, before I land, I want to make sure it's steady. And also turning, or let's bring it down now. Landing. And turning it off. Shutting down the motors. And shutting down the camera. So, that was a flight of the UPAir one. Hope you enjoyed that flight. It's a pretty neat quadcopter. Still like it today. So, UPAir 1, here at Trona Pinnacles, Quadcopter 101. Hope you enjoyed the flight. Quadcopter 101, signing out.